Hey guys, so this is finally that update video that I said I'd make, just kind of explaining like this past year and kind of what it's looking like for me moving forward. So August of 2022, I made the move from Montana to Orlando, Florida, to go to Jesus School. But the Lord has just really changed my life and impacted me in a deep way. When I first came down, I was excited, but I was pretty much just planning to come for like 1 year, and then that was it. I didn't see it being permanent or long at all. I was like, I'm going for the 9 months and that's it. However, when I got to school and so really met the Lord for myself, just really met his love. I found freedom, so much, mainly his love, because that's how he always comes to us. But it became apparent to me as the year progressed, and as just as the year progressed, time went on, that it was apparent that I was not only coming for a second year, but that I was also going to be planted here for a little while. So first year was just glorious. I honestly didn't want it to end, and of course, there were hard times. If you know me, I have a ginormous family back in Montana. And leaving them is really hard. All my nieces and nephews. It was a sacrifice, to say the least, but fire falls on sacrifice, and it was so worth it. Like it in some ways it seems like a small price to pay in comparison of like the Lord, that he's given everything for me. He gave his life. Like, what else could he give? So how much more should I be able to lay down my family, to lay down my life, to lay down anything he asked me to do? In light of the cross, it's nothing. And it just does something to a person to be surrounded by people who are constantly talking about Jesus, being in worship Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekends still hanging out with those same people. We would read throughout the entire Bible. We were on a Bible reading plan to read through the entire Bible in the 9 months, and also reading 1 to 2 books a month and providing book reports on those, of people who have walked with the Lord and really are just friends of God. So just to be immersed in the presence of the Lord, and people who love the Lord, and people who have walked with the Lord, and teaching about the Lord and learning about his character. And it can't help but change you when like that's all you discover you want, and that's all you're created for is him. We were created for him, by him, through him, and we're just made to bring him honor and glory, and that looks like laying your life down so that he can raise us up again and be brought into that new, the new creation, into his body now. The Lord is just so much more. He's so real, and he is fully man, fully God, and he has a personality, and he's just the most wonderful man I've ever met. And it's like says in Song of Solomon, I've met the one whom my soul loves, and it's truly the way it is. I would say one of the favorite things throughout the year was that my love for the Bible grew. I highly underrated it my entire life. I did not know the power it held, and I'm sure I still don't, but in John 1 it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And so now reading this and getting my daily bread, so like I love my Bible now, and that just excites me, and I know where things are in the Bible, and I was just thinking about it today, that I was like, I've memorized 1 chapter in the Bible and there's so many more to go. Or like, I've been reading this 1 chapter in the Bible for like 6 months. How much more can I do for the rest of my life and still be discovering more, still be eating off that same chapter? So that's how first year was. And then I graduated. Before I graduated, I was planning throughout the entire time, even when I knew I was coming back for second year, to go home for the summer, because that's just what seemed like the no-brainer. But I was challenged by a friend. They were like, well, if you haven't prayed about it, like, do that. And I was like, you're right. I can't just do what seems wise. I actually need to bring this before the Lord. And so I really brought it before the Lord, and I was like, I will go home to Montana. I will stay here in Florida. I want whatever you want. I just need to know that it's you. And I asked several people to pray with me, just really intentionally. Time was getting closer. And then just one day in worship, he just spoke it into my spirit. And he's like, I want you to stay here. And so that's what I did. I went back to Montana for 3 weeks this summer. So I did go back, but 3 weeks versus, 3 months. And so what I've been doing this summer here in Orlando, Florida, is really just serving, really getting plugged in with the church, with the community here, with the friends that I've made. And it's been such a blessing to serve this house. I have a wise friend who told me, use your 20s to serve. And I'm sure there's a lot that could be said about that, but that is something I want to do, as I'm young and I'm able-bodied, and I can learn from leaders here. Basically, I want to serve these people. I want to serve these leaders. I want to serve these people who are friends of God. And just, this is good soil to be planted. And so I want to be planted here. And that's just it's just the way the Lord has changed my heart. It's just crazy, because I am not a Florida girl, or I wasn't. I was very happy in Montana. But so now I'm here and I'm serving, and I love it. It's been one of the hardest couple of weeks of my life, but the way I'm so sure of just the Lord, and it says we go from glory to glory, and I'm just thrilled that he wants to do life with me, and that he has called me worthy, not because of anything I've done, but because of his love and because of the cross. That being said, I am going into second year. We start school again in about a month, and this isn't the reason I'm making the video, but I did want to put it out there because I know I need to invite people into the process. I do have $4,300 to pay for second year tuition, and I need help. So I know the Lord's going to provide it. I know he will. If he wants me in that room, he's going to provide it. But if that is something, this is something you would like to partner with or pour into my life, sow a seed. You know what? You sow, you will reap. And I really believe that you're going to see a reward for this if you choose to give. There is always a link in my bio that will lead directly to giving directly to my Jesus School tuition. Or I think I'm going to put my Cash App maybe, or my Venmo handle in the caption of this video. I'm not sure. I'm still figuring it out. But I would love to invite you to pray for me. Give financially if you can. Anything helps. But I know the Lord's going to do it, whether it's through you or someone else. But I know there have been a lot of you who have even given to finances in the past and have just prayed for me. I shouldn't say just prayed for me. That's so huge. The prayers of a righteous man availeth much. And so I just want to say thank you. So that is kind of it. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I'm in love with my bridegroom king Jesus, and I just need him more. And I want to be in that room. I want to be in that room where we learn about him and we adore him and we sit at his feet and we're like, feed me, Jesus. And guess what? He does, because he's a good father and he gives good gifts. So anyway, that is my spiel. I hope you all have a very blessed Sunday, or whatever day this is that this goes on the Instagram. But yeah, thank you all so much. Mwah.